there is anybody here in the video at this time, I don't like to chat physically, because I'm really dumb. So give me a minute, what are you doing? I'm on a chat visit, that'll be great. Whoops. What was it for that? Product. Living first, give me a second. One second, grab my monster energy drink before going on. Nobody in YouTube chat. Nobody in Twitch chat. Good to know. Super famous. Oh, I've got a single view. Oh, you know the stuff I do all the time. I don't do these things. I might consider that. It doesn't mean awesome not. It's not opening as wide as it should be able to. And it's also opening as it shouldn't be. But, I cannot stress this enough. I will do it particularly. I had to turn on auto glare. Unfortunately, the glare from my glasses has made it where my webcam, even though it's a really good webcam, and I'm using it for videos, improve face tracking, that my webcam cannot figure out that I'm a real person. That's not entirely the case. Alright. Hello. Oh, everybody's here. But for those of you who are watching the live, yes, I did. In fact, drop my bucket, and I don't have here in the glass. And it despawned because it'll hang out for like an hour. And then actually took me longer than that to realize my bucket is missing, so oops. I'm not sure what it is, but if I don't even like off the voice and face tracking, it seems to be able to detect that I'm moving. Also, having this model, no yet. I think people are going to realize this, that I'm not nearly as automated as I'm saying. I fudged the settings a tiny bit, so the model should move a tiny bit more than I'm doing, just so that it looks not quite so dead. Yeah, but that's where we're at. And Pierre is mysteriously, I've been sending them questions for the last 3 hours. How do I turn on autoplay? Copy that, there you go. I figured out autoplay. But I'm not anywhere scared and confused. That's good. They like to see. Music is really fun. That should not be the case. Turn the music all the way down. I should not be quieter than usual now. Setting a microphone. And properties. Thank you, Vicar, for checking in.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Hello. Well, hopefully that fixed it. Thank you, Kerry, for checking in. My default should still be my regular microphone, but it looked like it was trying to use the webcam. Open volume mixer. That's not what I wanted to open at all. Sound properties. There we go. Fucking trying to move my default microphone without asking me. It might have. Alright, so sorry about those technical difficulties. Don't currently know what I'm doing. Now that I can be heard, how's everybody doing? Hopefully we're all living the dream. I need more walnut logs. It's not a difficult problem to fix, I just have to actually get out and do it. I do look a bit odd. How so? Ba 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 ba. I do kind of look like my, I guess that's my right eye, technically. Looks like it's stroking out. A bit flat. It's Live2D. I've been messing with the parameters, because you're not supposed to just use the defaults. But it is totally fair to say that I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But I do be changing shit in the settings, that's for sure. Unfortunately, if I want my model, or whatever you would call this, to actually blink when I do, I would need a polarity filter for the webcam. Because my glasses are creating some kind of lens glare that is making it where the webcam cannot tell that I'm blinking. Even though it's a nice webcam, and I'm using the improved NVIDIA face tracking. It just can't see my eyes. I've tried a couple things that supposedly would fix it, and none of them did. I'm sure that they work for some people, but they don't be working for me, that's for sure. Alright. Crates. Let's go and make 2 of them. Well, actually, fuck. Let's make a crate for my dirt. No, I don't even need to do that, actually. This crate's empty. Whoop. Empty. Let's start loading it with dirt. Probably wondering why I need all this low fertility soil. I don't. Improved NVIDIA privacy remover. NVIDIA's like, hey, we're gonna spy on you, but we'll make your webcam a tiny bit better while we do. Thankfully, this webcam's got a little thingy on it. So, like, with a remote, I can turn off face tracking. It's in my pocket for some reason. So I can turn off face tracking with a remote. My model should be stuck like that, which is not ideal. It still blinks, because like I said, I gotta turn on auto blink. And then I can turn the face tracking back on. Or the webcam. But as well as that, there's this little lever on the bottom that just puts like a little physical thing in front of it, which is really funny. And I suppose the most sensible solution to that. Alright, for now we'll put this in here. I need a crate for my rocks, which is what I'm working on now. But yeah, as I fuck with it, the model should work better. The problem is that I'm really dumb, and more than a little bit lazy. So you can see my problem. Oh, that's maple. Nobody likes the look of maple logs. And this'll get me enough walnut. But yeah, we're gonna set up some shit. I'll have to figure out how to make a health hammer, for one. Oh no, I've got to make the... I might make 2 health hammers, it depends. But the thing I need the most right now is the pulverizer. So that I can start making refractory bricks. 5 days remaining. So why does this one require a broody hen, but this one doesn't? Yeah, this one's got a light that tells me that it's on as well. What's interesting is that the light tells me that it's on, even if it's off. So like I'm moving my head. Model shouldn't be. Turn it back on. So I'm just going to have to trust that the last time I fucked with it, I turned it on. And we know how good I am about not fucking shit up. I'm something of an expert of not fucking shit up. It's what I do. I've never accidentally messed anything up in my life. Let's not lose my saw the same way I lost my bucket. There we go. I will go back for that gear, because I at least know I dropped it. Boom, boom. But yeah, when I'm not using my webcam, I definitely plan on... Oh, look at that, I'm starving. I'm not using that thing that just covers it visually. I'll eat shortly. Speaking of food, I'm actually hungry IRL. Gosh, I'm tired. This will take a while, but I'll be eating food shortly. Don't worry. We'll get there. One of these days. Also, if ever my weird VTuber model thing is an annoying spot, I can technically move it. About 30 minutes. Alright. I asked Mika most of my questions, but I'm guessing that they're still asleep. Which happens. Yeah, drive safe. It has been raining a lot lately, and people seem to forget how to drive when the road is slippery. Boom. And if somebody is about to crash into you headlong, remember the worst thing you can do is tense up. The reason drunk drivers usually survive the accidents that they cause is because they don't tense up. Alright. I should really make some soup or something. Let's go and just make a porridge. I'll make some sunflower porridge. That's a thing, right? I don't know that porridge made with sunflower seeds would be any good. Like, I can't imagine if you just put sunflower seeds in porridge that it would be bad. But, porridge made out of just sunflower seeds? That's pushing it a little bit. Now, where'd my meat go? Whoops. Let's see here. 116 days. Only 65 days. See if it'll let me use these. Alright, can I put my smoked fish in there? Nope. I can use my cabbage. Just no smoked fish. Let's see here. I could probably put corn in there. Maybe carrots. Although carrots are pretty good for the pigs. Right, good enough. Some food is better than literally no food. Despite my love of cooking in this game, I do seem to be walking around starving most of the time. Also, I don't usually watch my VODs, even though I really should. I'm probably going to go back and watch this one so that I can see how my VTuber model behaves when I'm not staring at it. Also, I don't know what you'd call it. I guess it's technically closest to a sprite. I don't think you would call it a sprite, though. Alright. I need 16 of these. Perfect. Not making bookshelf. Walnut crate. And this is for our limestone. Boom. Presumably I don't already have one for limestone. If I do, I done for gore. And we'll make another one. Oh, there's no wind. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Hopefully we're all having fun. Vikar, what do you think of my bird? Follow-up question. How do I do panels on Twitch? Do I gotta download them from somewhere else first? Because I watched a tutorial on how to do it. And for them there was just a button that said add panels. And that button doesn't exist for me. Yeah, kind of like how I've got the About Me, and then I've got linked accounts and profiles and shit. Shooting fibers. That's a lot of rusty dust. Where did I put my stones? How have I already lost an entire crate? Never mind, there it is. See if you can find out. Alright. If I had more time, I could probably find a tutorial that explains how to do it. I mean, that's what I was doing, but the tutorial wasn't very helpful. It's probably either something I've done wrong, or perhaps it was an old tutorial. Alright, what's rift activity? Currently low. A butterfly! Hello there. What are you called? I don't think it'll tell me unless I catch it, but I don't have a net. I had a net in my last playthrough. Don't have a net in this one. As much as I don't like gold, I might make a gold plate. Ba-da-ba-bum. Nah, I can't find the gold plate. Oh, I can also make a brighter lantern. Let me see here. Mining lantern is Molly with Calcos, 2 animal fat. Brass. I don't have... What do I need for brass? Nickel? I don't have nickel. So I guess I'm not going to make a brighter lantern. Let's go and check on my stew. Oh, still going. A very slow process. Also, I should start my salt up again. My other barrels are out here. Hopefully some of my YouTube usuals show up. Check YouTube. Yeah, that's my current chat. I just don't have anybody watching on YouTube. Which is like the opposite issue I usually have in Vintage Story. I considered doing Voices of the Void. But I really want to get Basalt. Like, I just gotta find it. It's around. It can be pretty hard to find, though. There is a mod that'll tell you what stones are underground that I probably should have added. Oh, I gotta go. What am I grinding? Lime? I probably just put that in there. Because. In the meadow, we will build a snowman. Oh yeah, I don't particularly celebrate Christmas, but I did get a VTuber thingy. How is everybody else's Christmas if you celebrate? Or whatever else. I do believe Hanukkah and Christmas landed in roughly the same time this year. They do not always do that. Whoop. I wish I could get the eyeball tracking to work. If I get the polarity filter, I could. Boom. Alright. Gotta get the salt going. Once I've started my salt, we can go look for basalt. Although I would like... Whoops. It would be really convenient if I could have backpacks. Like at least 2. You know, for storage reasons. If I had more space, I would not have lost my bucket. Although the bucket isn't what I'm upset I lost. I'm upset that I lost the flax oil within. That was a lot of flax oil. I could have fed my animals for like 2 years if I turned all that flax into breadcrumbs. Hello, Shadow Turtle Yin Yang. My apologies, I'm a little bit stupid. And a lot bit tired. Welcome in. Whoops. I don't have, presumably, most of the settings very good. But I'm trying out this Live2D thing. I've spent hours fudging with the settings. I'm not completely happy with it yet, but if I kept fudging with the settings, it would never go live. So I'm going to watch back the VOD. See how the model behaves. And then see if I can make some informed decisions on what kind of settings I need to fuck with to fix it from there. My biggest issue with it is that because of my glasses, there's a lens glare and I cannot blink. Like the model, I've got it set up to blink on its own. And occasionally the webcam can pick up on the fact that I'm blinking. Oh, you sent info, or are you asking me to send info? Alright. There's a lot I still need to do around here. There's not a whole lot I want to do until I get at least my pulverizer set up. Yes. It's like a PNG thing. But it moves around more. It has more than just a blinking eyes and mouth. It's so weird looking at it in OBS because it's on a slight delay. Although I do feel like the mouth does not open as much as it can most of the time. but it also opens too frequently. Which are all things that I can fix in settings. It's just going to take a lot of, screwing around. And that's what we do here at Storyteller Does Stuff, or whatever I've decided my channel is actually called. Yeah, it's not very good stew. What I need to do is actually make dumplings and stuff, but I've been trying to increase my chickens. Which is a weird way to say that. I've been trying to get my chickens to breed. Increase your chickens. Make sure I'm not still muted. I'm not. Good, let me mute. Yeah, the eyes are behaving strangely. It's like it sometimes picks up on my eyes, but not usually. Although I don't think that's an issue with the model or even the software. It is the lens glare on my glasses. It is what it is. Did you do anything fun for whatever you celebrate? Shadow Turtle? Is pregnant. That one's ready to mate. That one should be pregnant. Going to have to build like a proper barn eventually. My animals are safe where they are because I've got a little lightning rod up there. You're going to have to trust me that it exists. Alright, how are my barrels? Nope, they're ready to be moved over. Oops. 5 on the bed, and the little one said, roll over. Couldn't seal that. Grab you. Do I have a knife on me? Of course I don't. It would be pretty handy if I did. Very fancy steak. Oh, nice, nice. We just went over, I went over to my sister and brother-in-law's place. My brother-in-law is relatively active in my Twitch chat. But yeah, we made nachos. And I perhaps used a tiny bit too much salsa. Hello, Diesel. I used a bunch of salsa and jalapenos. So I took a quick nap and woke up with heartburn. But I don't have a lot of food at home with the exception of ramen. And I'm like, well, ramen's not going to help with the heartburn. So I might as well make it worse. And I added chili flake to it. If you let the heartburn know that you're not afraid of it, by adding more spice, then the heartburn will go away on its own. You can trust me. I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot, but I sound like I'm not. Half the time. Bah. A lot of my stuff's about to go bad. I should do something with it. My chickens don't seem that interested in breeding. Yeah. I don't know a good way to credit the artist. It's Zillusion. Technically, I have credited the artist on both my Twitch page and my YouTube, but like only the whatchamacallit? The home page or whatever. Which is perhaps not ideal. Oh, here we go. Vicar sent me info. Which is I figured what happened. But yeah, I'm just trying it out. A lot of my settings are a little bit borked. Bork? Go ahead and sit up. Nobody redeemed. Posture check. But do you think sitting up helps with the webcam? Nope, there we go. Vicar has redeemed posture check, which I already did. Those of you at home, if you are shrimping, now is the time to fix that. How long are my cabbages good for? Only 9 days. Holy shit. I can't imagine my onions are faring much better. And that's a lot of onions to just let go back. See here. Only fresh for 4 days. It is fresh for longer in there, but not by a whole lot. Let's see how many crocs I've got. Whoops. I might just start making cabbage and onion soup. Dumplings would be better. Crocs. Bo-bo-bo. I hate the Crocs don't stack. What possible reason could there be for empty Crocs not being stackable? Not a good amount of Crocs. Give me a second. Hello, Pocket. Did anybody catch what Shadow Dragon... Or Shadow Turtle. Why the fuck did I get Shadow Dragon? I think that's a game. Anyway, I gotta seal some Crocs. Ugh. Where are my Crocs anyway? I think they're currently in my wine cellar. They are. So let's go ahead and fix that. Or I guess add to them. Hello, Laxia. It's some kind of turkey. Indeed! My model. My sister had to change the colors a bit, which I'm sure is allowed. But yeah. I'd say it's pretty alright. The eyes are wigging out, but I'm pretty sure that's because of my glasses creating a lens glare. My sister did not make it. She just edited the colors of it. The artist is, Zillusion. I did credit Zillusion on my Twitch page, or whatever. And the YouTube. But, like, I gotta find a better place to do it. Although, regardless of where I put the credit, there's always going to be somebody who does not see it. And I suppose as long as they ask, it's fine. Instead of just assuming that, like, I made it. Right, chat, what am I in here looking for? Wood, which there are boards in here. I might as well grab those. Most of my boards are right there, though. Space chicken. Yeah, I need a polarity filter for my glasses. Or not my glasses. That would help too. There are glasses that have a... shelf. I probably didn't need to make 15 shelves, but you know what? I'll probably fill them. Boom. Alright, that should be good for now. Just gonna put the shelves up here somewhere. And then start making some onion and shit soup. If I can store it in Crocs and then seal it, we should be good for a while. This will be my oops all onion struggle period. Okay. Oh shoot. How many are in there? Put that back down. I keep accidentally using my food, and then I'm like, oh shit. Here we go again. I think I have another bowl somewhere, although I would rather also not fill my bowls with stuff. I don't know how yet, but it's the PNG tube thing's fault that my brain's not working. It's not like my brain not working is my default state of being. But that there doesn't matter. Oh shoot, I don't have any more bowls. How fix? No, that is raw. By the time I can fire a new bowl, I probably won't need it. Pumpkin. Yoink. My pumpkins I can mercifully save by stacking them with the old ones. It's not an intended feature, but it works. It do work. Anyway, I'm tired. How's everybody doing? 14 days. Spilled milk clip from SpongeBob. That's totally fair. I've got horrible ADHD. Like, not haha quirky, like I've been diagnosed with it. Cannot afford to medicate it, though. And ADHD makes the brain do silly things. Well, I like those "this is your brain on drugs" campaigns, but like, this is your brain on no dopamine or whatever the fuck. You know how it is. I'm hungry. The video description. Yeah, my video descriptions kind of suck. It would have to be in like every video description that I use the VTuber model. And while I was told to not look at the price of the model, I'm confident it was pretty expensive. So I don't want to just not use it because I'm too stupid to figure out how it works. Right? Executive dysfunction is like the main thing that fucking sucks about ADHD. Like everything else can be fun, but executive dysfunction is pretty much just a symptom of depression without technically being depression. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm depressed as hell. But it's like, oh, you haven't done your dishes in 3 days, and it's like, believe me, I really want to, I just can't. And it's hard to explain that you can't. It's like, I've tried starting my dishes like 8 times now. Hey, puppy dog, what are you doing? Pet, pet. Let's go ahead and pick this stuff up and try to beautify this space a tiny bit. I want to go find basalt, but there's a lot of stuff I should really do around here. And technically, if I let everything just rot away, it won't be the worst thing ever. I do need rot, but I don't need this much rot. That's bone. Low fertility. Whoops. We need a mod that makes rot edible. That is true. I think that the most chores I've ever done in my life I was doing in an effort to avoid doing homework. Let's see here. That's for like another 8 days. Oh, this one's almost done. This room is no longer a cellar, which is something I have to fix. It is on the old to-do list. Can I eat this yet? Nope, only almost. Dang it. Hello, it's Peed. No, that's my necromancer. I've shown off the art. I don't think anybody is truly normal, but trying to explain it to neurotypicals is indeed very difficult. How you doing? Why are you always trying to kill me? Is it because I trapped you in a small metal cage and then left you in a pit? Because you know what? That is fair on reflection. How my cows doing? My cows are fine. I've not been playing as much Vintage Story as I would like, but it just feels like my animals are refusing to give birth. They just don't want to pop out the cows and stuff for me. What's up with that? I need another bowl. I can barely not make this jump. Oh yeah, so those of you who missed my last stream, check it out. I wouldn't say that it's an estate that looks decent. That's another thing I can do with my model, is that I can move the mouth around. Cool, right? But yeah, I brought my windmill down. Eventually, there's going to be like a little maintenance room here. And then, of course, there's going to be a floor here. And so this will be the windmill tower, which is going to be part of my house, but obviously not my entire house. Although it's pretty big. I could probably just live completely in the windmill. But yeah. As soon as I get basalt, because I need it to set up my auto hammer. Or not auto hammer, my pulverizer. I also need to make a health hammer. Health hammer base. That's actually pretty cheap. And then of course we'd be making an iron health hammer. Okay, that's actually really cheap. Sheer laziness is the only thing at this point keeping me from making a health hammer. Which is weird, because like, health hammers automate the creation of iron blooms into ingots. Oh, hello Mika, thank you for checking in. I'm going to guess that you just woke up because you've been ignoring all of my questions on Discord about how the model works. I pretty much solved one of my issues. Like, if I take off my glasses, I can blink freely all I want. But I had to turn on auto blink because the lens glare is preventing it from picking up my eyes. It just does not know where they're at. So I probably need a polarity filter. Alright, well, thank you for coming in, Shadow Tuttle Yin Yang. I think you're one of my viewers that started... No, are you Vintage Story or Voices of the Void? I know that my Voices of the Void viewers are still around, because one of them came in yesterday to tell me that 0.9C is up and more stable. So there is still some demand. Alright. Well, I would like to make progress in Vintage Story. I'm over here running around in circles. I do also have a Discord server. I will eventually be hosting a Vintage Story server. And when I do, all the information for that will be on the Discord. Oh, it's a wisp. These are pretty rare, but I feel like I see them a lot. So they can't be that rare. Boggling like a rat. Well, it's hard to see, or at least it's not hard to see, but one of my eyes feels like it just moves around a lot more than the other does. Looks like I'm trying to do Pixar face. But yeah, I've been messing around with parameters. I'm going to have to mess around with parameters a lot more to get it looking decent. The plan is to do this stream, watch the VOD, see what it actually looks like, and then fuck with the parameters from there. Peanuts. Damn it, there was another serving in there. Oh shit, I made all 8 servings. Yeah, I'm going to have to make more bowls. Boggling is a good thing in rats. It's a tiny bit less good in people. I don't think that humans' eyes are meant to stick out that far. I would imagine that even in people, boggling would be a sign of like a happy human. Probably. I don't know. I'll ask a doctor. Ooh, raw utility frame. What am I making? Bowls. There we go. I'm lazy, so let's just use Napster. But yeah, I'm figuring stuff out. I've also got to find a better place to, like, credit Zillusion. I can't figure out how Twitch panels work. I was watching a tutorial on how to set up Twitch panels. But the guy's like, oh, just click on the Edit Panels button. But I don't have an Edit Panels button, so I could tell immediately that something wasn't right. I don't know where the Edit Panels are. Well, it might be something I have to get from somewhere else. Right. Okay, I need more grass, sticks, and peat. And then we'll get this thing firing. Face tracking. I've got the improved NVIDIA, like, privacy info stealer or whatever. That should be decent. Like, it is a lot better, but its issue is that it just does not know where my eyes are. Break that. Sometimes a vine breaks, like, right here. Well, the plant would probably do better if I broke that. But it is connected to an actively growing pumpkin, so I cannot be doing that, unfortunately. This game is very much on your list. Oh, Vintage Story is fantastic. I fucking love it. That being said... Oh, I got distracted. Which is weird. I never get distracted. Hightail is probably going to come out before I get my server up and running. So we wait for Vintage Story 1.22. And all of my mods to update and all that. I might do a bit of streaming Hightail. I'm confident that Hightail is going to be more fun than Minecraft. I cannot imagine Hightail would be more fun than Vintage Story. Or, at the very least, I'd imagine Hightail is going to be a very different kind of fun. No, I did not have a VTuber model before. That is new. It's also not set up very well yet. I'm working on it. Where are my sticks? I might just not have any sticks. I feel like more than anything else, sticks is that thing that I just don't ever seem to have any of. It's whatever. Let's go ahead and conjure another axe. Boom. I started using it this stream. The stream title should say something about trying it out. Wouldn't particularly surprise me if it didn't. I'm what the kids call really dumb. Sometimes I forget to change what game I tell YouTube I'm playing. So YouTube will be like, oh, to watch Storyteller WMD play Repo. Meanwhile, I'm in here playing like Terraria or something. I suppose that's more forgetful than stupid. But I am definitely both. Alright, let's go. Best tracking requires an iPhone. Not only do I not have an iPhone, I don't have a working Android. My phone is absolute shit. Whoops. Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna have all these bowls of food. Everyone's like, what's up with all the random ass bowls of food? And then I'll say, wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? It'll be perfect. Yeah, my tracking is not perfect, but with my glasses, I don't have much of a choice in that matter, until I get a polarity filter. Oh, the parameters I've been messing with. Like, I've noticed that the mouth doesn't open as wide as it possibly can, most of the time. The mouth also seems weirdly sensitive. Hello, Owiweir. No, it's kind of fixed itself. How are you doing, Owiweir? Are you living the dream? What am I doing? I guess I'm just waiting for a bunch of stuff. I'm waiting on the leather. I'm waiting on my bowls. I need food. Like IRL. Just gonna look at you. I should be able to tilt my head. I don't know how well it works. But it is one thing that I've got set up. Yep. We're doing the waiting game. There's a lot of stuff I could be doing. Like, I suppose I could be making earthworm castings. Not that I need those yet. I could be collecting fish to make sushi. Gotta babysit my pumpkins. Gotta babysit my furrows. Vintage Story is a very fun game. About doing chores and then waiting for stuff to happen. And I mean that. In the most positive way. I'm a huge fan of this game. I've got expanded foods, which lets you make sushi. I guess I've been meaning to make soy sauce for the last 30 years. Whoop. Interesting. I don't think it knows how to deal with the speed. Going for distance. Well, it's not 3D, it's a Live2D, whatever that means. It's like somewhere in between PNG Tuber and then VTuber model. Whoop. Like, it's not quite 3D, but it's also a lot more animated. No, that's not even my shiver. I don't have a weapon. Could you leave me alone? Alright. I guess we'll just sleep and kill the time. Black Kuro, white Shiro, blue Aoi, I don't think I pronounced that right, and red, I forgot. I forgot! Definitely doesn't sound very, Japanese, but... Sorry, I'm just giving you shit. Maya Volley doesn't have any red on them. Aka. Now, Maya Volley does have blue. Their teeth are white. Which is weird, because my teeth are yellow. My teeth aren't that stained. They are definitely tea stained. And I've got plaque. I do be brushing. The problem is that healthcare, which I don't have anyway, does not cover dental, because as everybody knows, the teeth are not part of the body. Your eyes are also not part of your body. And if you live in the United States, your health... Oh, it's a snake. Staying alive is not medically necessary. Whoop. Are these done? Dang it. I just started them and they're not finished. What's up with that? I gotta get doing. No, thank you. It is just my bird. I think my piglet hatched. Or, ignore that I said that. I think my piglet was born. I hear the boar. Or the pig. And if the pig is aggravated, it's because there's piglets. Oh, damn. Pretty sure only 2 of them were pregnant. Why are there like 5 babies? I mean, it makes sense that the piglets have more than 1 baby. I just didn't think that they actually did. Yeah. I mean, it's realistic for the pigs to have more than 1 baby. I just didn't think they did. I'm setting spinning wrong. Song. If it's You Spin Me Right Round, I was singing that last time I was playing around on the quern. Kieran. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Yeah, those pigs are gonna be freaking the feck out until their babies grow up. Oh, there's a mod that just lets you pick up the babies. I was tempted to add it, but I can already pick up the babies just using animal cages. Ow. Rude. This jacket has one of those inside pockets for your phone. Nice. If you like classy-looking jackets that have large internal pockets, I do recommend smoker jackets. I don't recommend smoking. Smoking is bad. But jackets that have pockets for cigarette cases tend to have huge fucking pockets. Cigar boxes can get pretty damn big. Why are there so many monsters around? I guess rift activity is high, but it's also broad daylight. Alright, there we go. Must got 7 pockets. Hell yeah. Speaking of pockets, I wonder if they're ever going to come out with a brand of pants for women that actually have pockets. It's all about that inventory space. Who cares about looking classy when you can actually carry your stuff? Hello, Terraspark. Mitten mene. Yeah, I used to have a nice pair of cargo pants, but I stored so much stuff in the pockets that they tore. You know how it is. You gotta carry around your 25-pound weights. 12-pound medicine ball in your back pocket. Oh, come on. I know that it takes 20 hours, but how has it not been that much time yet? I'm not just being impatient. Everyone else is being impatient. Look at him go. I don't like pork IRL. Ow, rude. I don't even know how it got to me. I guess its hitbox is just pretty big. I do not like pork IRL, but that is a lot of, animal fat, so... Raising pigs is really important in this game. Especially if you want to build a windmill without using seed oil, because that's a mod. How's everybody in chat doing? I feel like I've not seen a lot of these names in a long time. It's the power of the 2D model, or whatever, Live2D. It's bringing people together. Every time I tab into where I can see my own model, it's doing some weird shit with its eyes. Okay, who's trying to attack me? Presumably, my model would have the same pronouns as my Avale, so they, them. I don't know, I keep referring to it as an it. I guess the character is a they, them, but the model is a thing. 'Tis an it. Something along those lines. Let's go and collect some fish. Do I have a knife on me? I do not. Let's go and find an axe and kill some of these drones. And then collect some fish. Come at me, scrub lord, I'm ripped. Missed. Puppy dog, help. And puppy dog tries to help with combat. If I've got puppy dog set to attack mode. But for some reason, the shivers just cannot help in combat. We still have 2 lurkers. More, hey, lurkers are a pretty good thing. Uh-oh. Did my mouse break? Why am I still swinging my axe? Can I at least cut down a tree? Is it all visual? Alright, well, that was weird. Hopefully, it's not a sign. Oh, you were in Finland today? Heck yeah. I would like to move to Finland. Becoming a citizen sounds pretty difficult, but it would be nice to live somewhere that actually has health care. And I just like the cold. I would specifically like to live in Tampere, but Oulu is closer to the Arctic Circle. So I'd probably have more fun living in Oulu, but my sanity would be better in Tampere. I am what the kids call nocturnal, but like an extrovert. I need somewhere with like a good club scene. Not bars. Everywhere has bars. I don't care for bars. I do like clubs. Although I'm going to be 31 in January. So I'm perhaps a bit too old for the club scene. I'm non-binary, but I think that VTubers over the age of 30 are called hags. So technically, I'm a hag. Oh, nice. You got new boots. Fuck yeah. If you've been wearing boots for a couple years now, you should be totally fine. The problem is that people will switch. My birthday's the 25th of January. People will wear tennis shoes their entire life and then switch to boots. And then they'll, like, really fuck up their ankles. Because they're trying to walk around in the boots like they would walk around in tennis shoes. And they are just too different for that to work. You can get used to walking in boots if you've been wearing tennis shoes your entire life, but you don't want to, like, straight out the door just start working in boots. Like, you will hurt yourself. Boom. 9 years. Alright. Well, if you want to be a hag with me, I will still be over 30 in 9 years. Let's fucking go. Got him off Temu for like 15 bucks. I mean, Temu is a scam, but if you like them, then I guess they can't be that bad. Surely some things on Temu have to be pretty decent, otherwise people would stop using Temu. I don't know if I could encourage the use of Temu. Give me this. Alright. Nope, no storage. Oh, I've got storage in here. This is no longer a cellar, so I had to move my stuff. That's a bad spot for those, but it's not like I'm currently making sausages. Boom. My sister, the person who bought me this model, will be 30 soon as well. Hags, 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 hags. Modem priority is low. Stitching is okay. Shoelaces aren't made of 2 pieces of string. Everybody knows the best terrible shoelaces are made with twine. Oh, am I actually... either most of my cabbage is rotted when I wasn't looking. Or... I've already burned through most of them, which is good. Alright, it's time for some cabbage and onion soup. These soups aren't going to sound very good, but they are going to be food. And technically, Avali are obligate carnivores. Or I guess they're there's another word for it. They do primarily have to eat meat. Ba-da-ba-bow. Yep, you do need to change your username. I'm not going to use the name you actually go by, because that'll effectively be doxing you as well. I was going to say you've got to change that. I was just trying to figure out how to best do it. Yep. Well, I mean, I've brought up that you're my sister. And people, or at least some people know, that you're 2 years younger than I am. You've basically been outed. Alright, have fun doing chores, Diesel. Technically, I'm just doing chores right now. I want to use all of my cabbages. And most of my onions. Actually, I think using most of my onions is going to be a really tall ask. But there's more than 500 still in this crate. And they're all going to go bad soon, so I'd like to use a bunch of them. The problem with onions is that I grew so many of them because I really like onions IRL. But nothing in this game eats onions. The decorative fire pit is from QP Chisel Tools mod. The way it works is that if I put a chisel tool or a chiseled block on top of that, it would have the appearance of the chiseled block. I just made it for testing because I've never used this before. And admittedly, it's kind of disappointing. You can make it look better. Soups do need onions, yes. Well, I'm going to be making a soup that is all onion. And not even like French onion soup, which is delicious. The first ingredient is going to be onion. The second ingredient, onion. Third ingredient, onion. And then as soon as I run out of cabbage, fourth ingredient, onion. How do I get out of here? But yeah, here, let's check this out. Whoop. I can come in here like so. Doesn't have to look good, I'm just showing it off for testing purposes. Bow. When I was a young warthog. You kids, everybody a young warthog? Alright. Well, let's go ahead and put the hammer away, pick this back up. Would be faster to pick this up with a pickaxe, but I don't need to. Onions are delicious. It is unfortunate that Shrek ruined them. I jest, of course. Interesting, when I cough, the eye that's usually not twitching is the one that twitches. Red onions? Red onions are good raw. I usually use yellow onions in cooking and stuff. Which, based on the appearance, these are yellow onions. Hello, Gustav. Yeah, it's just my little necromancer. Not that one. I mean, that is the same necromancer. Whoops. When you're cooking and then you punch the 600 degrees Celsius cooking pot. But yeah, I'm trying out the Live2D thing. I've been fucking with parameters for like hours. So the plan is to actually watch this VOD back and see how the Avali actually moves. Because if I'm purposely messing with parameters, then I'm like hyper-vigilant, focus on them. You know what I mean? So it's not going to look the way I usually move if I'm moving strangely on purpose. I feel like that makes sense. Well, that should stay hot, but just to be safe, let's go ahead and give it a piece of firewood. And the last thing I want to do is waste some of my amazing coal, or peat. Where did I get a single sunflower grain? Put that back. In like 21 streams or something, we're going to have an actual kitchen. Are y'all excited? I'm excited. Millstone. Alright, let's go. Back to what we were doing. I'm hoping that my leather finishes, because I would like to make backpacks before I go looking for basalt. Heck yeah! Come on, cook, cook, cook! Come on, vamonos! Everybody, let's go! What are the extra bars again? Which extra bars? Whoops, you put that back down. Alright. Don't put you back. And pick these up. Let's go ahead and seal them. Whoop. 900 vegetable. Well, it's better than starving. The two above health. The one right above health is my mana, and the one above that is my magic XP. Those are not vanilla features. So if you're like, oh, weird, I don't have those bars. If you're a mage, you're not, or if you're not a mage, you're not going to. It's over 9,000 vegetables. It's only 900 vegetable. Which is not bad. Like, it's a decent amount of vegetables. But it's like, only vegetables. And it's a good idea to diversify your diet. Especially if you're in a volley, you should be mostly eating meat anyway. The mana is added by Rustbound magic. I keep meaning to make a mod list. The problem is that I have a ton of mods. And I keep adding and removing them without rhyme or reason. Hello, Chiare. Mitenmene. Or Mitakulu if you prefer. Although Kulu apparently sounds like the Spanish word for ass. The squinting is adorable. Fucker shouldn't be squinting. It's also winking of its own volition sometimes. I think when it winks, it is the webcam somehow seeing my eye through the glare. And it's like, alright, it's time to wink at your audience, pervert. And it's like, first of all, I'm not a pervert, and second of all, nobody's watching this trash. You know how it is. Got its safety squints on. Yeah. I don't have any kind of safety goggles. And if you're making boiling soup, gonna want to be squinting. It'll keep the soup out of your eyes. I do like how I'm just down here making copious amounts of soup. While eating soup out of bowls that have got littered all over the fucking floor. Those aren't going to stay fresh. Let's move those. This is the only room that still counts as a cellar. Well, the room I'm in still counts. Alright, so instead of 14 hours, these will be fresh for 4.3 days. That's the power of a decent cellar. Boiling hot soup. This is a cauldron. This is from Expanded Foods. I guess the cauldron is technically from a culinary artillery. A culinary artillery adds stuff like cauldrons, wine racks, and rolling pins. But you're going to need other mods, like Expanded Foods, to actually do anything with them. You can store vanilla wine in wine racks. I don't have a wine rack yet, but I do have wine. And so basically you can bottle the wine, which will make it fresh longer, and it'll even start to cure. Curable, 75 days. So in 75 days, this will go from white currant wine to like aged white currant wine. And then from aged, it becomes vintage white currant wine. So if you really like making alcohol in games, and despite the fact that I don't really drink IRL, I do enjoy making wine, it's a good mod to have. Honestly, I can't play Vintage Story without Expanded Foods. I'm a huge fan of farming and cooking in this game, but without Expanded Foods, it's just not that interesting, you know? And that being said, if I didn't have expanded foods, I probably would already have a house by now. Whoop. Aw, missed. It's hard to do parkour as a bird. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Vintage wine. Yeah. So as the wine ages, it actually gets better and better. So it's worth doing. Like, it takes a while, but it is a lot of fun. You can also age brandy and other stuff that is like more distilled. Indeed. Well, eventually I'm going to have a nice looking kitchen. In fact, last stream I made a shit ton of fire clay, because I would like to have more than one oven. I'm not using my oven at all right now, but if I was, I would like to have more than one of them. Also, as soon as this is done, don't let me forget to actually add this. Unless I can do it now. Oh, sweet, I can do it now. So yeah, this is just an example. It doesn't look great. But you can slap a chiseled block on there, and then design your own fire pit. I actually do plan on doing this, because once I've got my kitchen, I would like for the fire pits and ovens to be like set into the wall. And it would be nice if the fire pits and ovens matched. Like, I don't know how much sense it would make for them to match, but I would like them to. Mika, what is that emote? Ba-da-ba-bo. You like adding increased difficulty mods? I personally play Vintage Story like it's a cottagecore game that just, for some reason, has Eldritch Horrors. Like, Vintage Story is a fantastic farming sim. It is a hardcore wilderness survival game. And because of those hardcore wilderness survival elements, it's a fun farming game. So, like, I wouldn't be having as much fun with it if it wasn't hardcore wilderness survival, but I'm not playing it because it's hardcore wilderness survival. Vintage Story without mods has Eldritch Horror, but primitive survival adds more of it. You can remove that, though. Alright, here's the last of my cabbages. Put those back. There we go. Put this in. Alright. Now this is probably not going to require one of my super expensive peat, so let's go and just throw in some firewood. Call that good. I'm effectively just making like a normal... Well, no, because a normal cooking pot makes 6. How's my leather doing? Please, game, I just want backpacks. I would like to make bags of holding, but it's going to be a while until we make those. Damn, it's only been 2 days. Not even. It's already 6 AM IRL. Probably won't have time to go look for basalt. Yeah, the bag of holding is added. I can't tell, is it paused now or now? Oh yeah, I've unpaused the game. So the bag of holding is added by Rustbound Magic, and it's got 16 slots. The problem is that it's really expensive. Let's see here, tablet. So the bag of holding costs a Mage Weave bag, which is not cheap either, 2 Runic Scroll 3s, 8 Rift charges, any large magic crystal 4. Actually, you know what? This is pretty cheap. Make the bag of winds. That is unfortunately not a thing. The bag of holding is not that expensive. The most difficult thing to get here would be the large magic crystals. But the only reason I don't have those is because I'm a lazy sack of shit. I might be able to make bags of holding. Actually, how do I make the posture check? Alright, no, sit back up. What is it called again? Arcane bag? I'll just search a bag. It'll show up. Cabbage. Mining, bag of holding, blah blah blah. Mage weave bag. Tablet. Fucking put the map away. Mage weave bag is mage weave stitches. That's pretty cheap. Runic scroll 2. Artifact core. I've already got a couple of those. Oh, that only needs small crystals. I think that the mage weave bag can only hold magic stuff, though. Yep, can only hold magical items. The bag of holding I don't think has that limitation. It better not. How many magic items could you possibly be carrying? Nope, does not have that limitation. So that's got 16 slots. The best backpack in the game would be the sturdy leather backpack, which only has 8 slots. So it's a tiny bit OP as hell. No, that's not... That's added by a mod. This is not added by a mod. I was pretty sure that the sturdy leather backpack needed steel, though. I could be wrong. In fact, I'm wrong about most things most of the time. But I'm pretty sure that I have a mod that just makes the sturdy leather backpack easier to craft. Well, which is not ideal. I don't want the game handed to me on a silver platter. For example, I could have been making milk this entire time by just squeezing soybeans. But if I was going to make soy milk at all, I would make the actual challenging soy milk, which is like 30 steps and then not as good. But I wasn't doing that. And I'm definitely not going to be doing the cheaper method either. Because that would basically be taking something that I really enjoy doing, and then making it so easy it's not fun for no reason. How do I make sturdy leather? Blah, blah, blah. And that's a bunch of this chromium sulfate, which is sulfuric acid crushed chromite. That's a lot of steps. You know what? I don't think I'm going to be making sturdy leather backpacks. I'm like, oh sweet, I can make sturdy leather backpacks for cheaper. Oh, I think I need the steel for the pulverizer so I can crush the chromite. That's why it needs steel. I'm remembering now. I know, let's go ahead and get fucking wasted. Put that back down. Actually, I gotta go grab more of my crocs. We need more wine. Those chump amounts of wine. Let's go mix it up a little bit. Drink some of the blackcurrant wine as well. Delicious. Put these away. I'm not done though. Grab the bucket. We're drinking wine. At that moment where you're making soup, trying to keep things interesting, so you drink 15 liters of wine. Alright, there we go. We should be good to go. And like, I'm smaller than the average Seraph. Wee, look at me go. What is rift activity? Helps if I can see. Rift activity is calm. Let's go stand on the windmill quern. And as the days go by, it's gonna be hard to get up there on reflection. Oh. Ow, darn it. My fun is being ruined. Alright, where you at? Best time to use a bow is when you're drunk. Missed. And I got stuck on furniture. Who would have thought that using a bow while drunk is more difficult? It only took 2 hours to kill it. Now I gotta go find all those arrows I lost, though. It's a good thing I'm sober. Wee. Fish. There's a mod that adds entities to the map, which does include lost arrows. So it might be worth getting if I'm going to continue using arrows for combat. Anyway, I'm almost sober, so let's go ahead and drink another whole barrel of wine. And then try to get onto the top of the quern. Whoop. Might not be a bad idea to get onto the quern and then drink the wine. Boom. Kobolds? I'm not going to tell you what you should make your own VTuber model. I did buy the DLC for collaboration, though. Whoop. There we go. It's impossible to watch. Alright. Chug, 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 chug. Hello there, Wee3361. What is that supposed to be? Weasel? I can't remember. My apologies. Wesley? Here we go. This is what we like to see. A volley, historically speaking, have not used bows, but I do not have the firearms mod. In fact, in the Starbound mod where a volley became popular, it's not where they came from. There's a little piece of flavor text on the bow that says, a volley have never used bows, so it is unsure who designed this. Which I think is funny. But if I get back underground, because I'm trying to make soup here. Or no, I'm making stew. I'm still going. If I press C, go to my traits. So as a farmer, I've got strong shoulders, plus 20% ranged damage, plus 20% ranged distance. And then as a volley, I've got Hunterborn, plus 10% ranged damage, plus 15% ranged accuracy, and plus 10% ranged distance. So as an volley, I should be using a bow. But I only recently made one. And I went from 21 arrows to 13 because I keep losing them. But that's just a skill issue on my part. In Vintage Story, if you want, wait, what was your question? I'm not able to chat in Twitch for some reason. Why are you not able to chat in Twitch? If we were to play together, I would be much larger than you as a dragon, though I may be as a kobold as well. The kobold model can get pretty small. I don't know how large the kobold model can get. Oh shoot. I like how I'm like, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to grab more, crocs. In fact, that's probably why I left the house, and then didn't do it. Boom. Now, Vintage Story kobolds are pretty small. Do we know what Mika would want to play as in Vintage Story? There are Foxfolk mods. And I think that Angie Maid is supposed to be a fox. There we go. I'm running out of crocs. Not running out of onions. 600 vegetable satiety. Not very good, but these are just a ward off starvation during the more difficult months, which I do not have in this part of the world. I'm over here solving for problems I do not have. Can redeem stuff, but you cannot type. Specifically a blue fox. I don't know, Angie Maid looks like an Arctic fox to me. But it is Mika's PNG tuber, VTuber thingy. Being Mika's husband, I'm sure you would know better than I. I'm just Mika's eldest sibling. But who actually talks to their siblings? I could probably be drying salt while I make the stuff. I could also make a bunch of shelves for outside and dry the salt that way. What I want are backpacks, but the backpacks are going to take their sweet time. I guess I could be sleeping. Sleeping will speed up the production of... Made as a fox maid. Right? See, Loxy is not talking to their sister. Mika, if we were to get a bunch of mods together in Vintage Story, what would you want to play as? Mika's role-playing as a fox that thinks it's a cat. Or that she's a cat. They're a cat. Just a little guy. What are Angie, like your PNG tuber models' pronouns? Presumably they would just be the same as yours. Although my pronouns are they, them, and I keep referring to my model as an it. Although I'm talking about the model itself, not the character. What? What? I need a working brain. Yeah, just standing on this is a lot of fun. I always have to put it in third person, though. Oh, that better not be another drone. Alright. I'm just hearing things. Because if it's in first person, I think this is going to make somebody sick. Whoop. No preference between the two, that is totally fair. It any as a kobold? Oh no, one of your pronouns is kobold. I guess that makes sense. It is unfortunate that the Apache attack helicopter thing is something that transphobes use. Because there's like a little gender anarchist copy pasta. It could be really funny. I love me a tiny bit of gender anarchy. What do you get? I don't think they're actually fertilizing these eggs. So I should probably start collecting the eggs. If I collect the eggs, I can make muffins. But also, if I keep feeding them, they might make more eggs. How many onions have I gone through? Not even that many onions. Whoop-a-boo. I'm going to be living off of pretty shitty onion stew for a while. Let me see they titties. Could just blacklist the word titties. Although they would just spell it differently. I'm fortunately a very small YouTuber, so even though I am monetized, I'm allowed to say titties. I don't think I can say it too many times in a row before it becomes an issue. But you know, with all these big monitors, and they're like, yeah, they're not monitors, big YouTubers, and they're like, yeah, we gotta walk on eggshells, basically. What are you doing over there? Har 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 har. Caught in 4K. Warhammer 40K. Right. And once I get an actual house going, I kind of want to make some of the larger beehives. The larger beehives produce honey slower, but you also don't have to babysit them. Which means that if it takes me like 2 years to actually get to harvesting the honey, it will be slowly accumulating instead of just not making any progress whatsoever. In my opinion, all gender is performative. You can only really be yourself. But even people who are like, oh, I assign with my gender, assigned at birth, or whatever. Or I align with it, or whatever people would be saying here. Even binary gender, oh, it's still full of stuff. Binary gender seems performative as well. It's like, oh, I like football. Of course I do. I'm a man. And it's like, I don't think that means shit, dog. But if you like football, like football. You're allowed to like things. Fuck. You could be AMAB and really into, like, nail polish and jewelry. All people are doing by trying to put themselves in these little boxes is making their own life less interesting. Like all those stupid guns and guns or glitter and cakes. I personally don't think that anybody should be really into guns, but you could be into both guns and glitter. National, whatever the hell NRA stands for, National Rifle Association, I think. NRA TV has got a whole bunch of weird gun shows targeted at women, which is kind of absurd. Last Week Tonight has got a lot of videos talking about it. It's really funny. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, are you a man or a woman? It's like, neither. I just kind of work here, buddy. Everything hurts, I'm so old. My issue with everybody is like, oh, it's all purely biological. And it's like, biology is a lot more interesting than that. I don't know, it just seems pretty basic. Like, imagine basing your entire life and personality off of what a doctor told you. Who's my piggly wigs? I do have to be careful, because I think that the small piglets can somehow glitch through the corners of fences. I don't know that that's ever been fixed. And today is a winding road. It's taken me to places that I never wanted to go. Oh, whoa. Or I didn't want to go? That sounds better. It's probably the lyrics. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Escaping and getting in my house. Well, the piglets themselves are harmless. Although I'm pretty sure the piglets would not survive this fall. So that could be an issue. You restarted Twitch. It is interesting that you weren't able to chat here in the first place. But as a positive to come from that, at least you've fixed your YouTube display name. Damn, 2 arrows. 2 shots, 1 kill. I have to hit those things like 25 times with a hammer. I mean, no, a hammer's not a very good weapon. But with a shovel. Since everybody knows shovels are much better weapons than hammers. Accuracy increased. No, I killed a bear the first time I made this bow. I've not played with a bow when I wasn't in a volley, but I'm going to assume that the plus 30% ranged accuracy is making a pretty big difference. Boom. If I wasn't running around so often doing a billion other things, kind of want to make more arrowheads. Oh yeah, a shovel can be a good weapon. But since shovels don't actually have a proper animation for swinging them at anything other than dirt, of the weapons that I can conjure, shovels are actually the most damaging. Because they don't have a swing animation, they can be swung the fastest. It's totally possible that there is basalt under my map. I'm not cheating, you're cheating. Ah, there are caves down there, but I do not see the dome-like cave that is likely to contain basalt. Do. I was kind of hoping that there was lava down there as well. Because if I can get lava, both obsidian and basalt... Obsidian and basalt are not obstacles. Oh shoot, my soup. I'm getting distracted. Which has never happened to me. I never get distracted. Oh damn, it's actually not even done. Vicar, can we kill that guy? It is kind of unfortunate how many interesting looking usernames are claimed by bots. Vicar is my Twitch mod. And I've got a bot in the channel. Message held for review. So if somebody pops into my chat trying to sell me viewers, I'm like, fuck you. You know what? Twitch mobile being cringed. Fine, I'll do it myself. I really need a second monitor so I can do this faster. Technically, the main obstacle to banning bots is that I gotta click several buttons. And then I have to remember to fix it. I mean, like, most bots have pretty shitty names, but I mean, I've seen really interesting ones. Alright. Running out of crocs. I admittedly don't actually want to fill all of them with this shitty onion soup. You know what I might do? Oh, my cured prime meat is finally done. I might pickle some onions. Let's see here, 4 years, 5.2 years, perfect. Pickled onions. 1 liter of salt water. So I can do 50 at a time. Ba-ba-boo. Alright, couldn't dump this. No. Alright, fixed it. There are several little playable little guys in Vintage Story. A volley can get really fucking small. Here, let me do-do-do. Story player remake command do-do-do. My apologies, I'm super professional. Let's go ahead and fix this. Alright. I'm going to have to hide Twitch chat temporarily, just so I can fucking see what I'm doing. My apologies, Twitch chat. It's not like I don't like you. Boom. Alright, now dot. Chart cell. A volley. I'm 63. Let's go here. Confirm model. Confirm skin. Don't want to be that. I want to be a farmer. It's in here somewhere. There we go. Confirm. Oh, look how small I am. Microscopic volley. Oh, here, let me put Twitch chat back up so I can actually see it. Let me find my hammer. Whoop. Yoink. Come on, pick up the hammer. Nope, probably helps if I have an empty hand. Oh, where'd my hammer go? There's my hammer. I'm just being dumb. So do you see this block here? This individual block? If I make a hole that is just 2 by 6, so this is a very tiny hole, right? I can crouch, and I can climb in here. It is not uncommon for people who are playing around with the volley model to make like little, basically, mouse holes that let them get to anywhere in a base. The problem is that when you're this small, like this isn't even very tall grass, this is medium grass. It's like a fucking jungle in here. The question is, what do I look like this small on the quern? Well, the quern's not moving very fast. But yeah, you can be a very small Avali. I describe goblins as little guys. Alright, let's go ahead and put my model size back up. 63. Class. Yeah, farmer is a lot closer if I go that way. There we go. Small valley indeed. So yeah, you can be pretty small as an Avali. I don't know that Mika would want to be one. At some point we're going to have to figure out how to get multiple Avali models in one place. Or not multiple Avali models. That's not hard to do. We're going to have to get multiple Avali color schemes. Since the defaults are pretty basic. Put that in there. Oh, do I need more salt than that? How do I make brine? Salt is an ingredient in brine. Oh, I need half as much. It's actually better that way. I was ready to use a lot of salt on my quest to just pickle some onions. I'll put that back. 25, let's go. Alright, now I need 150 onions. It is better to pickle cabbage, but I've already used all my cabbages. And nobody ever accused me of being smart, so we're pickling the onions. Not to mention pickled onion and beef, delicious. Yeah, that's not the most efficient way to be doing this. Let's go and seal it. My cured meat's done! 12 of it, anyway. Fresh for what is that, 6.4 years? Fuck yeah. Yep, so curing meat is definitely a good way to hold on to it. Although curing sounds a bit like Kieri. Which means we have to get the cannibalism mod and cure some Kieri meat. It's necessary. It's gotta be done. I totally don't make the rules. Alright. Come on, throw that in there. And boom. I'll make 4 more crocks of onion soup, just because I would really like to use the onions. And boom. Move that up, move that up. Excuse me, come on, pick up the crocks. Let's go. Well, I should probably sleep if I want time to pass forward, so that my leather can be done. How's everybody doing? I don't have it set up to where I can see how many folks are in chat, but does it look like the PNG tuber thing might be helping with retention? People can look at the weird bird. If I sway like this, the bird should move. Look at the bird. I need a redeem to where we can just make a keys jingle or something. People fucking love jingling keys. Alright, how long have you got? Well, actually, it is mostly done. It's not going to be done. Are you throwing rocks at yourself? Did y'all see that? That drifter threw a rock, it bounced off of the crate, and then it hit itself. What a silly drifter. Who's a silly pony? Hey, how'd you get down here? The door's closed. I'll use my bow. Ow. Would be funny if I did a ton of my damage to myself. Nope. Can you hold still? There we go. Bows are close-range weapons. And it would be funny if I did a bunch of damage to myself, accidentally bouncing the arrow off. Maybe kill me instantly. Would be funny. The bird song is a redeem. Oh, what bird? Although if I could figure out redeems, I kind of want to do the water birds. From, I want to say, that BBC nature documentary. Just be like, water birds, and then I will have to respond with, we just don't know. Oh yeah, these things die way faster now. It's a wonder I've not been using bows this entire time. Except that I'm stupid and lazy, which is exactly why I've not been using bows this entire time. Who's a silly pony? You're a silly pony. Who is you is Applejack. Something something fences. I don't actually know the words. Who is you is Applejack. Bah! I need my shit. Come on, leather, I need backpacks. Backpacks. Backpack, backpack. Backpack, backpack. I don't actually know the backpack song, my apologies. Quick, somebody type out the lyrics to the backpack song. Come on, vamonos, everybody, let's go. I do think once we get the server up and running, if we had somebody who wanted to play as like an Avali hunter, that they would do a shit ton of bow damage. All these classes is admittedly a tiny bit overpowered, so there is a good chance that I will look for a different mod that adds a bunch of cool classes. Maybe a tiny bit more balanced. Although a lot of the balancing issues that I've got problems with come from long-term foods. And long-term foods is so good at making long-term food that I would not want to remove it. I won't be making soy milk by just juicing soy. But it wouldn't stop somebody else from doing that. Bum-ba-dum. Just gotta squeeze. Squeeze the soy. Growing up is not so tough, except when I've had enough. Well, let's get back to what I was doing. Kinda have to pee. It is already 7 AM, which is usually when I stop, but I don't work for the next couple of days. So I might go grab that monster I meant to grab earlier. I don't think my housemate has work. It seems like he just woke up early. Could be that I'm being loud. Ideally, I'm not being loud. Wouldn't surprise me if I was. So the polite thing to do would be to stop streaming sooner than later. Blah. I know how to modify some files of mods. Ow, my face. Who thought fire would be hot? Whoever said? Nobody told me that fire is hot. But yeah, we're gonna have to look for some mods. Terra Pretty actually gives the game more beaches, and considering I like to play the game with large oceans, we're going to want that. Large oceans can be pretty annoying until everybody's got at least a raft. Oh yeah, no, JSON files are pretty easy to mess with. I fuck with them all the time. The Quarry mod seems like a pretty popular one. Folks want expanded foods and a culinary artillery, those are a must. I refuse to play without them, so they're going to be in the server. Oh shit. I've not had goats around here in a while. Excuse me, puppy dog. Did you see where that goat went? Looks like he's wearing pants. Come here, precious. I just want to be your friend. Oop. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna get you. Let's see here. It is a male. I don't need goats since I've got cows. Interesting, I didn't even know there was a flower up there. JavaScript Object Notion. Let's go ahead and free you down here with this cow. Oh, I caught a snake in my pit. Alright, you're free. I'll see if I can't find you a female. I'm looking for a femoid goat. Is it femoid or femoid? I'm not actually an incel, I do not know. I am eroes, so I am voluntarily celibate. But I'm also not a virgin, so... Verbin. Incels probably just need to stop being creepy. And they might even find a date. I worked with a guy, nice kid. They kept referring to women as females. And it's like, you know, you sound like a creep. Uh-oh. Alright, sweet. I'm not stuck. Does anybody know where I can get goats? I mean, that goat I just got came out of nowhere. So I guess if I just wait around long enough, the goats will come to me. Is there any basalt in here? Any basalt? I'm gonna guess not, considering the cave already goes back up. Hello there, Coolari. I didn't see you come in. I am currently also in a volley. Actually, I've had a volley since, like... when did it come out of early access? No, I had Starbound back when it was still in early access. Ooh, an altar. Coffin. I don't think there's anything in these. I do like how I find a grave in my first thought. I was like, yeah, let's just grave rob it. Let's go. I'm a tiny bit... have no attention span, if that makes sense. Just missed a teleport. This is where it just was. I'm getting confused by stairs. Anyway, welcome in. Ow, rude. Nope, some more drifters. Just stop throwing rocks. Two can play the ranged combat game. And I promise you I hit harder. Alright, let's go. Nothing. Yeah, so I'm currently just playing some Vintage Story. I'm waiting on my leather before I go look for basalt. But I also need basalt before I can actually work on my house. So I'm stuck. Playing the unfortunate running around and waiting game. Why are there so many crabs over here? Oh, neat. The cave exit I used is not the cave entrance I used. Whoop. Well, whatever, I'm fine. I've got bird superpowers. Long falls do not hurt these volley ankles. Probably gonna have to dig my way out of here. I love Vintage Story, but it sure does like generating large hills that are really annoying to try to get around. Nope. Already out of mana. Well, let's go ahead and conjure an axe, or pickaxe. Just gotta dig through this mountain. We'll be free. Free! Alright. Have fun at work, Kieri. I think the reason I didn't spot that Kulori was a new chatter is because name is too similar to Kieri. Not that it's an issue, just that I'm not paying attention and blind. Gotta get Get out of here. Stuck in a hole. I'm probably just gonna dig like a massive tunnel. This is not how you get up through a mountain, considering I seem to be under another one already. I'll probably pop out somewhere though. We'll be totally fine. And then I'll dig another useless tunnel. This isn't a very good use of my time. There are a bunch of other chores that I should probably be working on, but well, this is killing time until my leather is done. Ba-ba-ba-bo. I should probably start digging upwards as well, if I actually want to get out of this cave. Here, I'll turn around and start actually digging up. This will get me out of here. Alternatively, if I had my cheat wand, I could just infinitely generate mana. Although I'm going to cheat anyway. I could also just fly out of here. I think there's a spell in Rustbound Magic that gives you like temporary flight. I don't think my brain works. But it is what it is. Must keep digging. Oh. Nope. Alright, we're just going to dig this way now. Surely I've dug upwards enough that this will get me out of the hill. At some point I will need to make actual tunnels from place to place, so that I don't get stuck constantly. Now it's going to require quite a bit of planning ahead. But planning ahead is not a strong suit of mine, which might come as a shock to long-term viewers. I always seem so good at planning ahead what I'm going to do. Come on, tunnel! Tunnel! It would not fit early game Vintage Story, but like late game Vintage Story, create mod type stuff would be pretty cool. Ow, my ankles. Yeah, if I turned around, I probably could have stayed on the same level I was on. Goodbye, pickaxe. I just have to go to the bathroom and grab a drink. It might help with my brain not working. I'm assuming there is actually something that could help with that. Limestone. What is you? Oh, it's chalk. Was there chalk there? Where did I get chalk? Rudy's got the chalk zone. Right here, I'll do a little fox. How do I do a fox? There we go. I don't think that's a fox. Oh, we'll put little rabbit here. Running from the fox. Very cute. Can I mark the floor? No. No, I can't. It seems a bit odd. Oh, that I can't mark the floor. Actually, it seems like I'm suddenly unable to mark anything at all. Interesting, interesting. Huh. Alright, look at the surface. Oh, I guess I just can't mark rammed earth, which does make sense. Yeah, we'll stack up my chalk. Not like that. Weird, I can't stack it. Well, whatever, see if I care. The game is suddenly behaving strangely. So it might not be a terrible idea to, instead of fucking up my sleep cycle, actually just stop streaming shortly. But I've got like at least 2 viewers. Now would be an awful time for me to stop. Also, I didn't find basalt. Although I did just say hopefully finding basalt. Unless I titled it hopefully looking for basalt. But I haven't done that either. Let's find out. What did I call this? Stram. Where? Whoop. Yeah, it says hopefully finding some basalt, which does not guarantee I'm going to. It's just an ideal. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. It has happened before. Alright. Well, let's go and put the cage away. Honestly, with my usual hours, most of my usuals would be going to bed around now, regardless. Whoop, smack that. Sorry, I want that, you know it. There we go. How's my Lie there doing? Yeah, it cries like a whole nother day. Oh, well, this is done. Do I have any strong tenon left? Oh no, my strong tenon is currently in use, so that's gonna have to stay in there. It is going to be nice to have more leather. I don't know how many backpacks I can make. Hello again, Mika. But I'm at least pretty sure that I can upgrade my leather backpack without needing the bigger backpack. I need a sewing kit and a single piece of leather. It does not say that I need a specific class. So while technically my class should not be able to upgrade backpacks, I'm gonna do it. Oh shoot. I forgot to seal these. They're no good if I don't seal them. Hello there, example. Since there's a mod that since when a player takes damage to trigger external functions. Well, that would be a fun bit of little cross-functionality, but I've still not even figured out how to get the model to blink correctly. It spends a lot of time winking and squinting, although I do just have small eyes. So it's possible that my small eyes are affecting that. More parameters would need to be changed. What I need to do is to commission some clothes for the beast. I've got the model hidden, but it is totally naked. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Weeble wobble axolotl. There's an axolotl by the front door. Couldn't put you back in the corner. It's not where you were, exactly, but it's close enough. Alright. Can the axolotl take it anymore? If you ask an axolotl, if it'll be back tomorrow. A penguin waddles up and the axolotl's gone. What can I say? That song is catchy. I still need to learn the lyrics. I also still need to get up and go to the bathroom. Possibly grab a drink. It depends on my level of energy. Whoop. Let you spin me right around, baby, right around. I wonder why it only sometimes fidgets. Whoop. Alright. Come on, leather, hurry up. It is true what they say, a watched pot never boils. 3.7 days. It's a little early to be going to bed. In game, in real life, it is actually roughly my bedtime. Yeah, it's my bedtime IRL. I don't have work, so I don't need to go to sleep. But depending on what my housemate's doing, he probably wants to do cooking, some chores, whatever. So my being awake, since my desk is unfortunately in the dining room, it won't fit in my bedroom. Long story, don't ask. My being awake prevents him from doing things. Or not even my being awake, but my streaming. I'm probably allowed to be awake. Maybe. Yoink. Excellent. Some more bone meal. I don't know what I did with the bone meal. I already knew where it was. I should be able to put bone meal in my porridge for like a tiny bit of extra protein. It's like bone broth, but weirder and worse. Chalky. Chalky bone broth. Assuming nobody's lying, it is hard to deny the health benefits of bone broth, though. It's good stuff. According to specialists, who benefit from saying that it's good stuff. I'm hoping that a fast food restaurant opens later today. I need to DoorDash some stuff. I hunger. Nothing was open at 2 this morning. Probably because yesterday was Christmas. Oop. Oh no, I gotta go murder that thing. Wake up and choose violence. Do. Missed. My increased range distance. I wonder if it's why I keep losing arrows. It's gonna be over here somewhere. Unless the arrow falls too far and then disappears. Or perhaps arrows that are fired really far have an increased chance of breaking. I don't know what it is. I've admittedly never used a bow. Making one tall doors. Oh, there is a mod. It's called like... What is it called? I can't remember, but it's for the Cobalt model specifically, but a volley are also pretty short. Which adds a bunch of 1 block tall stuff. I'm a tiny bit taller than that. I'm a 1.26 blocks tall. So while this door is too tall for me, I would have to crouch to get through a 1 block tall door. And some kind of step stool would be nice, so that I can, like, see over counters and stuff while I work. Whoops, put that back down. SMH to my head. Alright. Boom. I need to organize my inventory. I don't currently have one, but my plan is to host a Discord. Well, no, I already have a Discord. Is to host a Vintage Story server. Alright, how many pumpkins? 172 onions. I could pickle another 3 barrels, but then I feel like I'm going to run into the issue where I'm just trying to use the pickled onions. So I'm good trying to save my crops. I need rot anyway. Now we're just waiting on the barrels. We'll stare at it until it's done. I'm joking, that's not going to be very entertaining. Check my pumpkins, nothing new. But yeah, when my server does exist, and it does not currently, it's going to be super heavily modded. Going to have all the good stuff. Rustbound magic, probably. Expanded foods, a culinary artillery. Vintage burbs, which adds the Avali. We're going to have kobolds. I think somebody wants to be a fox. I'll have to clear my throat. I also do still have to go to the bathroom. We should just do that, since bringing it up every 5 minutes is just weird. There's an axolotl on the lawn chair. Who's the axolotl supposed to be there? Wow, a lot of that vine was attached to that. Would have left it alone if had I known. Alright, I do gotta piss. So I should probably go somewhere safe. I should plan on pausing the game while I do that. I don't know, if I'm somewhere safe I don't have to. Honestly, pausing the game would just make my leather take longer. Let's go and close these doors, because drifters can get through here. I'm just gonna hang out in here, since drifters can and do get into my cellar all the time for no reason. There I go, draining the Liz. I shall return. What up? Might as well turn this off so it doesn't see me getting up. Go ahead and pause or mute my microphone. Hello, hello, hello. Get the face tracking back on, and we're good to go. Probably should have opened this before unmuting my microphone. There we go. I should have seen if the model did anything weird when I did that. Alright. I've returned. I'm a big fan of pulp. Can't stand no pulp orange juice. I don't know what monster ladles out all the pulp, but if they wanted to sell me just cans of orange pulp, I'd buy them. Somebody's like, what are you eating? And I'm like, wouldn't you like to know? Clip Storytime WMD's best moments. Joke's on you, Twitch. There are no good moments. Arr, 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 arr. See, that go gets it. Can opening ASMR. Opening my 50th White Claw. Drink responsibly. I've never tried White Claw. I don't know that I would like it. What the hell? That dude's zooming for having no legs. Oops. Accidentally impaled my skeleton with an arrow. Oh, sweet. Grab you. Oh, I shot two different skulls. Headshot. Damn, I'm down to 9 arrows. I really gotta make more of those, but I'm lazy. Moth booster pack. Oh yeah, so, well, Kiri was looking at VTuber models. There are a couple moth VTuber models, if you wanted to get into VTubing. Moth VTuber. Fuck, they're like so close. I should probably eat some food. Moth booster pack. Problem is that I don't look good. I'm ugly as shit, so appearing on camera is not ideal. I got a bunch of stuff I should be eating, but let's go ahead and crack this open. Yes, yes. That's a good stew right there. Damn, it's only fresh for 13 days after opening it. There's an axolotl on the lawn chair. Is the axolotl supposed to be there? I don't know why I purposely got that song stuck in my head again. I can't remember the context for why I started singing it, but nope, it's back stuck in my head. What could you do? What can I say except delete this? But I'm not behaving any differently just because I've got a model. Honestly, I should probably be more animated so people can look at the bird. Look at the bird, it's like jingling keys. Jingle jangle. Jingle. Jingle those keys. Why are y'all still trying to kill me? Ow, rude. Well, they're clearly not sitting on the eggs. Can't have shit in Detroit. Come on. Come on, leather. Almost. Almost. 4.4 out of 4.5 days. How to make sewing kits again? Sewing kit is pretty cheap. Oh, sweet, I can use leather to make sewing kits. Bone needle. Somebody explain to me the practicality of making this. Maybe it's something you can make even if you're not a tailor. Because otherwise that's way too expensive to be worth it. I don't know who that's for. Weeble wobble, penguin waddle. Oh, here we go. That'll make 4 of them. I gotta find my sticks. Apparently my inventory is full because I've got a billion sticks on me. Nobody is surprised by this. What's that? Oh, it's just my pigs. Come on. Oh, whoa. Lasers, race cars, aeroplanes. It's a dark blur. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Rápidamente, por favor. No plastiquitos. To think that one day there's going to be a windmill here. One day, probably not very soon. I'm really shit at building. More loot. I don't think I've ever actually used the pantograph, but it does seem pretty useful. I do kind of want to make a true chisel. And if you look around, I've got all the resources I actually need to make tier 2 refractory bricks. There's a bunch of olivine in here, and I know to find a bunch more olivine. And so I plan on actually making steel. I usually don't bother, but since I'm making steel, I think I'm going to make it the true chisel. It costs a whole 3 steel bars, but it's really useful. Super practical. Don't even need to hold a hammer in your offhand. Let's go. Let's put on a show. It's fun to be a god. Keep me in the corner. Don't want my face completely covered by the Vicar and Satu thing. There we go. How's it not been 0.1 days yet? Come on. I just want to make the backpacks. Even if I accomplish nothing else. Ending the stream with some backpacks would be really cool. Might only be able to make like 2. We shall see. Also, if you are watching on YouTube and haven't yet, like the stream, subscribe. Do those usual YouTube things. If you're watching on Twitch, do whatever. Follow. I don't know. I get so few viewers and have so many followers that presumably all of the viewers I do get are already following. Oh, nice. My buddy, Thanatus made some custom doors. In my experience, though, custom doors like to break. There's a possibility that that's not an issue anymore. Woot woot, 16 leather. Bobo. Well. Boom, 4 backpacks. And now, hopefully I actually still have that 4 leather, because if I don't, I done screwed up. You done fucked up. Large, 1.3 years. Probably should have been processing that this whole time. Does anybody know where my 4 random leather went? I love when mods result in instant brutal crashes. I gotta really be eating this jerky. Leather. ¿Dónde estás? Here we go. You here. You here. Sewing kits I just made. Boom! From 6 slots to 7, and all it costs is 1 additional leather. Perfect. Alright. Honestly, without that extra pocket, leather backpacks are quite a pain in the ass to make for a single slot upgrade compared to, I have so many friends. What, you mean like my chickens and pigs? Look at them. I mean, the pigs are currently trying to kill me, but they are my friends. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and go through the process of swapping this stuff over. Backpack. Backpack. Switch these down. Alright. Those should both be empty. 1 minute sec. Oh, come on, put it down. There we go. Why can't I put it here? Oh, because it's in the way of the door. That makes sense. Oh, you said that for the skeletons. Yeah, I've got a lot of skeletons as well. One can never have enough skeletons. I suppose there is such a thing as too many skeletons. But in this economy, no such thing. Door force field. Doors field, if you would. I mean, you shouldn't, but if you would, the option is there. Alright. Well, I'm trying again to put them where I can't. Boom. I mean, my backpack is still mostly full, but look at that. I've got 8 more slots than I did previously. And of course, if I wasn't carrying stuff I don't need on me, like sticks, the salt does have to stay on me. The salt seems like the kind of thing that I don't need on my person. But surprisingly, I actually do. Alright. I can put the rod away. I should probably make a crate for the sticks. And eventually everything is just going to be in crates. There we go. Crate for the sticks. Sticks for the stick god. So there is a god of fear and hunger. I wonder if there's a god of sticks. Just walk up to the god of sticks and it's like, hey, god of sticks, what's brown and sticky? A stick. and then I'll just be instantly banished to the Shadow Realm. Alright. Anything else I don't particularly need? I do not need the red clay. I don't need the rot. Rot does have a crate. There we go. That is a lot of rot. Alright. Put the red clay away. Put the resin away. I do not need dirt or rammed earth. Actually, no, I'm going to take the, I'm going to take a stack of rammed earth with me. I just said I don't need it. But you never know. Grass. Should be able to put that in my chest over here. Yes, excellent. The salt has to stay on me. The cassiterite can just go on the ground. Alright. Thing of beauty. I'll stay to pumpkin. Yoink. Alright. Let's go and put the pumpkin in the cellar. Maybe grab some of my candy. Actually, I don't know if I've got any candy left. I'll have to grab some of my fruit bars, which are better. And something I gotta be going through. Oh shit. Those are all fully stacked. Let's see here. You definitely don't need to be in here. You shouldn't be in there, but have more of a reason to be. And then I'll grab some of my fruit bars. Who knows how long it's actually going to take me to find basalt. Oh, sorry about that. I'm trying to mute. Alright. Should probably check that, make sure that I didn't mute, unmute. Alright, good, good. Snuck up on me. It does that. It does that. Alright. Let's go move the other one over. Strong tannin. I do have to barrel over some of this strong tannin from the other container. Seal it. Nope. Pushing on the wrong button. To the untrained eye, I probably look like an idiot. To the trained eye, I probably also look like an idiot. Alright. I've now got everything I need to go on an adventure. Alright, puppy dog, hold down the fort. We're just gonna sail south a bit, looking for basalt. It's gotta be basalt under my base somewhere. But who knows where it is. I could also try going north-ish. Alright, thank you for stopping by, Vicar. Have a wonderful rest of the day as well. I tried going west, and I'm guessing if I found any basalt, I would have marked it. What do we think, chat? Do we want to go east, south, or north? Decisions, decisions. Oh shit, I should go grab my lantern. It's a good thing I didn't get too far. Alright. Running around at the speed of sound. Something, something, follow my rainbow. Lantern and we're off. What a... Alright, no input. I'm gonna go east. Might end up going southeast, it depends. We shall see. We shall see, you see. Oh yeah, the speedboat mod did update, which would fix my issue, where I can't make the boat faster without it tilting backwards. I don't have it yet, though. So even though we're zooming, we're zooming without the ability to see. And there we go. Off on an adventure. I do think larger boats would be a lot more fun. maybe a bit less practical. But if I could get like a boat that I can use as my base, like it just needs a bedroom and a kitchen. Because even the basic boat has storage. Obviously, if I have a kitchen and a bedroom, I would want a tiny bit more than basic storage. But you know how it is. Let's see here. Pulverizer base. Pulverizer frame accepts any of the hard stones. I want basalt. But andesite wouldn't look too bad. Granite I've got nearby. And peridotite looks like shit. So if I cannot find basalt, we will admit defeat and just use granite. I'd rather not do that, though. Do 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 do. Nope, I don't want to crash into that island. That is one I've explored before. Not going as east as I could be. Look at that pop in. Now, there's another mod that doesn't have too much demanding, doesn't demand too much of your CPU or GPU. But it basically renders in stuff from the distance. But like only visually. And it's got like a dense blue fog or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. But for the sense of exploration, I'm sure it's pretty cool. And despite its beefiness, my computer's actually not that good. Uh-oh. Hopefully I can sail around through up there. Oh, it looks like I can. Whoops. Oh no. One moment I get stuck. Whack! Screwing around with OBS. As one does. Probably could have screwed around with OBS while I was not barreling towards some rocks, but... nobody ever accused me of being smart. With better tracking, I think there is a way to purposely wiggle the ears. I can actually wiggle my ears IRL, but I'm also wearing headphones, so it's not that practical. It's a lot easier to wiggle your scalp than it is to wiggle your ears, as well. It's the same basic muscle group. It just depends on what is moving and what's got give. Right, it's probably just some trees. More redwood. Extreme lightning storms with fire spread from lightning. That'd be a lot of fun. Good luck finding any peat moss, though. Alright. Hopefully there is like an inlet here. We can actually get around it. No, nope, it's just like a little in-ground lake. Or inland lake thing. A lot of cool places for building houses, though. I feel like if I had Terra Pretty, which made these islands prettier than they are, and that the world gen by itself already does a lot of good. With extreme thunderstorms. I've never heard of Ruby X Raptor, but I might have to check them out. I don't have an abundance of what you might call free time, since I work full-time. Streaming is just a hobby, but I also do it for multiple hours. But yeah, I gotta check out other vintage story YouTubers and see what they're up to. Look for some collaborations. It's like, hey, do you play vintage story, but like you do anything other than farming and cooking since that's all I do? We should work together. What's gonna work? Teamwork. Wonder Pets, we're on our way. Oh, the game is struggling. To be fair, I've got a lot of applications open. Kinda have to get the VTuber model to work. Right. Now we should have a good amount of open water to head east. If we're lucky, we'll run into Basalt super quickly. We're probably not going to. I gotta stop streaming at around 8:30. What you hear? It is currently 8 now. Oof. I think my housemate went back to bed. But he probably does want to do some shit, which he cannot do if I'm streaming, so I gotta fix that. You know how it is? If somebody wants to buy me a larger house so I can have my desk in my bedroom, that would be pretty sweet. I suppose I could get a smaller desk. But as it is, I already don't have room for like a second monitor. If I was a larger streamer, it would probably be worth it to get like a stream deck. Just have little buttons that I can do to open like a BRB screen, which I don't have. My sister, who's also a VTuber, or I guess was a VTuber first, same person who got me the little model, does have their streams set up a lot better. Smaller audience, or smaller following, regularly larger audience. I should stream Peak. Apparently that's what everyone's watching. Although Mika does also stream at better times, especially in our own time zone. I'm really only free between like 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. my time zone. Because I sleep during the day and work at night. Oh, look at the size of that island. Land ho. It's got a tree on it. Boom, survival island ask shit. Can you beat Vintage Story with this small island? I'm sure somebody could. People have done weirder things. I've played it a couple of times. The problem is that I'm something of a nuisance. So every time I've played with other people, they pretty much have to babysit me as I actively consume poisonous fruit. I'll go out of my way to eat the poisonous mushrooms. It's mine, mine. I would like to do more multiplayer content as a whole. I've been playing Peak and Repo with my sister and brother-in-law. That's probably just Slate. I will check it out. But it doesn't look like Basalt. Not to mention, Slate seems to be the stone of the area. Whoop. Are you Basalt? I don't think it is, but sure, it would be nice if it was. Wait. Oh, I can't get close enough to look at it. No, it's Slate. I figured it was, but I was hopeful. Hopium, I believe they call it. Alright, we'll keep sailing. Basalt is a dark enough stone that when I do actually find basalt, it will be obviously basalt. It's probably just shale. Oop. There we go. Let's see here. Yep, shale. Knew it. Slate and shale. The two dark stones I'm not looking for. Although the dark stone that I'm looking for is darker than both of them, so I will find them. I will find it eventually. For what I'm doing, I can just use granite. I don't want to, but it would be better than not having a pulverizer. But if I want to make my floor, and I do want to make my floor, I'm going to need basalt. Could you imagine how long this would take without the speedboat mod? And for those of you who are concerned about the vanilla speed of sailing, the server will have speedboat. Speedboat! Would be cool if there was more to do while you're sailing. Then you wouldn't need speedboat, since the sailing itself would be an adventure. I actually like just sailing around in Sea of Thieves, maybe doing a bit of fishing. But in Sea of Thieves you can cook on your boat, and you cannot cook on your boat in Vintage Story. Come on, somebody make me that houseboat mod I want. Problem is that with how boats work, it would not be easy to do. Would have to find a way to make the boat like a solid entity. It can be non-solid when it's moving. Probably would have to be to not crash shit. I don't know enough about modding to know how difficult what it would be, but I know that it's not going to be easy, that's for sure. Otherwise, surely somebody would have done it. 1 second. Alright. They're more than good. They are great. If I don't find basalt before I have to stop streaming, I'll look into that mod that tells you what stones are in the area, based on the map. Could be that there is basalt nearby, and that I just have to dig deep enough to find it. A bit of an inconvenience, but to have basalt, it would be worth it. I could alternatively make a iron bucket and move lava. Because when lava comes into contact with flowing water, it turns into basalt. When it comes into contact with stagnant water, it turns into obsidian. And if I could farm large amounts of both of those, I would be one happy camper. Alright. I can already tell you that that is not basalt. It could be in the area, though. That looks like sandstone. Well, specifically, it looks like sandstone sand. We'll keep going east for a bit. We'll find what we're looking for. Probably. If it kills me. Oh, what's that? Announcements. Ah, it's not helpful. Doesn't involve me, I'm good. I'm not actually that selfish. But I am getting old and tired. And mostly hungry. So we'll sail around for a tiny bit more and then I'm gonna have to call it. I'm just glad I've got all this inventory space. Look at all that space for bringing home treasures. Probably put my lantern up here for the purposes of viewing. There we go. Now he can see me on the boat. I'm kicking my little raptor feet. Excuse me. There we go. Perfect. Bra-ba-bow. There's an axolotl on the lawn chair. Might be more limestone, although it could be chalk. Limestone and chalk are two that are pretty hard to tell apart unless they're like right next to each other. Although that is looking more like limestone. Whew, I don't think we're going to find basalt. Probably already passed it. It's just deeper underground. Which means unless I forget to add that mod that tells you what's in the area, we'll have an easier time finding it next stream. And there is a church over there. And I like to explore, so let's look at the church. A couple of grains. Oh, rye. I can't grow rye around here. On account of the fact that it gets too hot for rye. The wild stuff is fine. Let's go look at the church. Oh, I hear both ones. Joke's on you, both ones. I've also got ranged damage now. I heard a piglet. Which does mean there's going to be a hostile pig around here. Oh, it's not a church. It's just the bridge thing, which tends to not have anything interesting on it. Bunch of carrot seeds. Well, this isn't a very fun ruin. Lamprite. What can I make with that? Nothing good. I think I'm going to leave that there. Crown. Map to the abandoned mine. That's actually not a bad find. Hummingbird mask. Oh, is that a tin bronze falx? It is. I think I can crush this down. No, I can't. Darn it. Some tools, but not most, can be broken down. Oh, a marketeer mask. That's clearly a rabbit. But what do I know? Food. Just realized it's 2 a.m. Yeah, I'll be going to bed pretty soon here myself. I was hoping this building would be more interesting. This ruin. But you know what they say? Hope into one hand, shit into the other, and see which fills up faster. Or first. Well, either of those are the expression I'm thinking of. Well, now here's a ruin. This is a neat-looking ruin. Oh, it's limestone as well. Red wine cap. Phyllite. There's a good resource that can be found in phyllite. What is it? That's just a rotten tapestry. Ooh, a ribcage. And bony soil. It could be marble. I'm thinking of marble. Can be found in phyllite. I don't particularly care for marble. Black marble is a thing. It's not in the game. What the hell is that? Who's throwing rocks at me? I think you'll find that I've got superior ranged damage. I probably should just conjure a shovel for the purpose of collecting this stuff. Bony ribcage. Can never have enough bones. Seed vessels. I don't think I can grow turnips where I live either. Don't put my bow away. What am I doing? I mean, it was an accident, but still a very silly accident. There we go. Oh. Oh, that's a bad find. This guy can follow me in here. Whoop. Missed. Nope. This guy can like 3-shot me. And it's dead. I don't have a knife, which is unfortunate. Because these guys can have some good stuff. Although they don't drop anything good that I can't get from elsewhere. Interesting. Ore vessel. Just coal. Can never have enough coal, so it's fine. Ew. Nothing, actually. Some cobble skulls would be a good find. Certainly seems like the kind of ruin that would have some. Oh. Where are my arrows going? Ow, rude. Come on. Just shoot it. There we go. I'm wasting a lot of arrows. Missing a lot of shots. In my defense, I am tired. Boo-boo-boo. Ooh. Aw. I thought surely that would lead somewhere. Based on the fact that it was large enough to hide a door behind. Cow skull don't need. Farming vessel. Had a handbasket and some seeds. Sticks are always helpful. Either farming or forage. Can contain. Ooh. I mean, this is basalt cobblestone. I don't know if that does or does not mean that there is possibly basalt in the area. Holy shit, there's another ruin over here. I can't actually use the basalt cobblestone. I would need smooth stone. What's the matter, smooth skin? Never seen a ghoul before? But who knows? Maybe that basalt being in the area does mean there is actually some basalt nearby. This could just be the hopium. Anything in here? Some poultices, probably worth using. And a Jonas part. Loam. You're coming with me. I've got the inventory space for it. I don't need healing. Right now. Like immediately. I hear wolves everywhere. I'm hoping this basalt means that there is basalt in the area. Feathers! Which is good. The more arrows I can make without having to kill more chickens, the better. Alright. It'll probably be worth coming back here at some point. I'll have to tear it up and look for more stuff. Hello? Are there any monsters in here? Any living monsters in here want to not be living monsters? That's just a turkey. Despite its interesting shape, there is not a whole lot going on here. Whoop. Failed. Whatever I was trying to accomplish failed regardless. I'm not even seeing, like, storage. Oh, there is a basement. Single onion seed, why not? Aged wooden bed, probably worth taking. Ooh. An equatorial sundial. And a translocator. Might as well mark it. Oh, there's another ruin right over there. What's going on? That looks like another ruin. Go ahead and mark it. Blue. With this thing. Mark it as TLC. Save that. Alright. Ooh, aged hay. I think that's something I can make myself, though. There is a really nice aged hay roof that I cannot make without some kind of roof maker's blueprint. I don't have that, but I would like to. It's on the to-do list. The problem is that I have to find it. And y'all know how things are when you're 100% reliant on RNG. Nothing ever goes your way. I might as well read this. Ooh, more rye. I actually used to not like rye bread IRL, but it has since grown on me. Which is probably for the best. Since rye is like the most common grain you can find in Finland, it grows really well in the cold. And other than the fact that the language is a lot of fun, the main reason I like Finland is the cold. Looks like there's some andesite over here. Some blackcurrant. Probably take that stuff with me. Where'd the ruin go? Up here. Although I was willing to use andesite, and I'm not. I've got andesite near where I live. The ideal would be finding basalt. The alternative is using granite. Hello? Was anyone in here? Whoever was in here. Whoops, boarded the place up. Something fierce. It's a good thing I can jump into these sharp wooden stakes without taking damage. Oh, darn it, it's a carcass. If it was a skeleton, I could take it with me. Oh, there's a little aged children's toy. And an abacus. Based on context clues, I can only assume that the person who boarded themselves up here was a small child who really fucking liked math. To each their own, strange small child. What the hell is that up there? Alright, let's find out what that is. Oh, and then I'll go over there near the ruin that's got basalt in it and dig straight down. And then regardless of whether I find what I'm looking for there, we get a call to stream. Was that high fertility soil? No. It was medium. It's dark. Oh, they set up near a weird monument. Cracked slate ashlar. Bauxite sand. Well, I can steal the candles. Yoink. Although I can make my own candles. It's also possible that the trader put these here, based on the fact that they're not completely burnt out. But they're mine now, sucker! Look at all these candles. If I make a bunch of copper plates, which I should do, I could light up my base for days. What are you? Red apple? Red apple. Yellow apple. Ow. It is interesting that I was attacked by a drifter where there's wolves everywhere. I suppose I'd rather get attacked by the drifter than the wolves. What kind of roof is this, anyway? Just aged wooden stairs. The stair method of making roofs is a classic. But I'd rather have actual roofs. Oh, just turkey. Uh-oh. I don't know if I do want to get deep underground. Although based on the fact that this is andesite, it's probably not where I want to be deep underground. The stone is different over here by the ruin. The castle, anyway, not the smaller ruin. Black currant. Oh, damn, my inventory is actually full. Jonas parts. Probably put that down. Low fertility soil I don't need. Technically, the sticks I only have because it's funny. I don't need those either. But I don't need more blackcurrant bushes either. So it's one of those things. Alright. Oh, what's this? Oh, another ruin. How many ruins are super close together here? Seed vessel. Fly agaric. Poisonous mushroom. King bullet. I want this skeleton. What do I not care about? Suppose I can put the falks down. Would be nice to have a short distance weapon. Especially when I'm caving. But the skeleton is more important to me. One can never have enough skeletons. Yoink. Alright. Well, need to stop getting distracted. Let's go to that ruin and start digging straight down. Nothing. I mean, there's a lot of cattails. Although if I needed cattails, I can also get a lot of them. There was also a lot of flax. Alright. So from here, let's go ahead and just start digging down. Oh yeah, having a shovel. Well, I have a shovel. Having a pickaxe would probably also be helpful. Considering how instantly I hit stone there. Alright, let's go. Getting back out is going to be a pain in the ass, but not impossible. We're just digging straight down, because we're going to see if we can't find basalt down here. If we can, we're golden. If we can't, we gotta end the stream and come back in the future. Well, I guess the next stream is probably just going to start here. No, zinc is not what I need. I need nickel. Zinc is not a bad find. It's just not what I'm after. This place is pretty stable for being so deep underground. I guess I'm not that deep underground yet. But it's odd how stable it is. Even this deep underground. Just keep digging. My north-faced puffer. Oh, bismuth ore. I want bismuth, so I'm not going to waste that It's kind of interesting that everything you need to make bismuth bronze is right here. Quartz I don't care about as much. Andesite, 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 andesite. Digging straight down is a terrible idea. Wouldn't recommend doing what I'm doing. I'm an idiot. And if I do die, hilariously, I've got keep inventory on. Like a coward. Come on. There's gotta be basalt down here. I suppose there doesn't have to be, but it would be nice if there was. Holy shit, I'm like super deep underground now. And my stability is barely going down at all. It's not a very good judge of how underground I am. Considering I shifted slightly to avoid some bismuth. Bismuth can be used in a lot of stuff. Bismuth bronze can actually be used to make more of the large cauldrons. Not cauldrons. You can do that. Bismuth bronze can be used in the large cooking pots. Alright, now my stability is going down. But I get pretty deep underground before it started doing that. Oh, phyllite. Considering the rock type has changed for a third time, I do not think I'm going to find any basalt down here. I wonder why some of the phyllite was cracked. Nope, that's the mantle. Dang it. Let's see here. Underground caves. Phyllite. Well, like I can tell I was there. Yeah, I don't think there's any basalt. There's a shiver over there. It looks like a drone. I should probably stop flying around and cheating on camera. What's in here? All andesite. Oh, and like a small ruin. Very small ruin. There's nothing here. Odd. Although I guess if there was something here, I would have seen it earlier. Right, I gotta go see if anything is open for DoorDash and then go to bed. So, if you're hanging out, whether you're chatting or just lurking, I want you to know that you're appreciated. If you're watching this video at some point in the futures of odd and have somehow watched the entire thing, you have the patience of a saint and are equally appreciated. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and fizzity farewell.